He stands where the light ends and duty begins, a shadow stitched gently to the wall of the home, not loud like thunder, not bright like the sun. Yet the house breathes easier because he is there. He wakes before dreams have folded their wings, before the streets remember their names, carrying the weight of unfinished tomorrows in pockets worn thin by responsibility. His hands tell stories his lips never speak, maps of labor, lines of patience and pain. Each scar a chapter, each wrinkle a vow that comfort for others is worth his own cost. He does not announce his sacrifices. They arrive quietly, like nightfall, a missed meal, a delayed desire, a want buried deep beneath necessity. While the world applauds louder voices, he learns the language of endurance, standing firm when storms test the roof, becoming the wall that never complains. He is the umbrella forgotten in the rain, the coat offered without hesitation, the strength that bends but does not break, the answer to prayers spoken in fear. His love is not wrapped in fancy words. It is folded into school fees and groceries, pressed into repaired shoes and warm blankets, written in the grammar of provision. At the table, his silence carries meaning, a quiet survey of faces he protects, eyes counting smiles like blessings, heart measuring success in shared laughter. He listens more than he speaks, stores worries in the safe of his chest, so others may sleep without disturbance, so nightmares stop at his door. When failure visits, it finds him ready. He absorbs its blows without passing them on, turning defeat into lessons, turning loss into resolve. He is the bridge across uncertain days, the steady road through shifting seasons. Even when his own feet ache, he walks on, so others won't stumble. In childhood, he appears invincible, a giant who can fix the broken world, a voice that makes monsters retreat, a presence that turns fear into calm. As years pass, the armor shows cracks, the giant grows human, tired, quiet, yet somehow stronger in his softness, more heroic in his humility. He celebrates from the back of the room, applauding dreams he postponed long ago, smiling at victories that are not his own, finding pride in borrowed triumphs. He teaches without lectures, lessons hidden in daily routines, honesty in return change, courage in showing up again. Even anger from him feels like care, a warning shaped like concern, a boundary drawn to protect, not to wound or control. When the world feels unfair and heavy, he becomes the anchor in rough waters, holding fast while waves of doubt crash, refusing to let hope drift away. He carries the past like a toolbox, using old mistakes to repair new problems, turning regret into wisdom, turning memory into guidance. In his eyes live unspoken dreams, fields he never walked, songs never sung. Yet no bitterness takes root there, only acceptance, only grace. He knows the price of bread and peace, understands the math of survival, how much love it takes to keep a family whole, how much silence it takes to stay strong. At night, when the house finally rests, his thoughts roam freely for a while, checking tomorrow's worries, locking the doors of uncertainty. He prays in ways only heaven hears, not with loud voices but tired hearts, asking little for himself, asking everything for those he loves. Time slowly paints silver in his hair, softens his steps, deepens his gaze, yet the fire of responsibility still burns, a quiet flame that never goes out. He is not carved in statues or songs. No medals hang from his chest, but every safe home is his monument, every secure child, his legacy. When words fail to honor his depth, when gratitude feels painfully small, remember this truth written in living days. Heroes do not always roar. Some heroes whisper through actions, stand tall without demanding praise, carry worlds without complaint, and call it simply my duty. Father, the silent hero of our lives, your quiet strength shapes our tomorrow. Your unseen battles protect our dreams. Your love, unspoken, speaks the loudest. He walks beside time without chasing it, letting years pass through his fingers like sand, knowing moments are fragile glass, best held gently, never squeezed. His footsteps echo in early mornings, in the quiet clink of keys and cups, sounds that once meant nothing, now feel like the heartbeat of home. He learns to smile through exhaustion, to laugh even when his back protests, teaching resilience without saying the word, living it so others may learn. He fixes more than broken furniture. He repairs moods, confidence, courage with a nod, a look, a simple "it's okay," turning chaos into calm. When storms of doubt gather in young minds, he becomes the lighthouse of certainty, standing firm against crashing fears, guiding safely without moving an inch. His advice arrives at unexpected moments, not scripted, not rehearsed, but shaped perfectly for the wound, like medicine measured by instinct. He accepts being misunderstood, being seen as strict, distant, or cold, because love does not always look gentle, and protection often wears a hard face. He is the keeper of family history, memories folded into his silence, stories of struggle never told, so others may believe life was easy. In his presence, problems shrink, not because they disappear, but because courage quietly grows, borrowing strength from his resolve. He teaches respect by example, kindness without conditions, responsibility without applause, faith without performance. Even in moments of anger, there is care hiding beneath the tone, fear disguised as discipline, love wearing the mask of concern. He knows the world can be cruel, that dreams are often bruised, so he builds emotional armor around hearts still learning to hope. He sacrifices comfort for security, rest for reassurance, personal joy for collective peace, and never writes it in a ledger. His voice carries authority, not from dominance but consistency, from always being there, from never walking away. As children grow taller, they slowly see him smaller, not weaker, but more human, more real, more admirable. They begin to understand the pauses, the tired sighs, the quiet evenings, the cost hidden behind every "I'm fine," the love buried in routine. He does not chase perfection, only stability and honesty, teaching that success is simple. Sleep peacefully and wake with purpose. His pride blooms in simple moments, a past exam, a kind gesture, a responsible choice made alone, proof that his lessons took root. When the world applauds achievements, he watches silently from the side, knowing his fingerprints are on every victory, even if his name is never spoken. He carries disappointment privately, never letting it poison the home, turning it inward into motivation, turning pain into patience. He believes in tomorrow stubbornly, even when today feels unforgiving, trusting effort over luck and character over shortcuts. His love does not ask for attention. It waits patiently to be noticed, like roots beneath the soil, invisible yet holding everything upright. As age slows his pace, responsibility does not loosen its grip. He simply carries it more gently, with wisdom instead of force. He becomes quieter, deeper, a well instead of a river, still full, still essential, still giving without noise. When words finally fail him, his presence continues to speak. A chair occupied, a light left on, a promise kept by simply staying. And when he is no longer near, his absence will be loud and heavy, because silence shaped by love leaves echoes that never fade. His lessons will walk beside us, in choices, in courage, in restraint, in moments we stand alone and hear his voice within our own. Father, silent hero of unseen wars, your strength lives beyond your years. Your sacrifices breathe in our successes. Your quiet love outlives time itself. He measures life not in applause, but in nights without hunger, in mornings without fear, in the calm breathing of a sleeping home. He knows how heavy responsibility sounds, even when it walks softly, how it settles on the shoulders and makes rest feel undeserved. He becomes an expert in letting go of dreams, of pride, of ease, placing them quietly on the shelf of someday, where dust gathers but regret does not speak. His patience is a long road, worn smooth by countless footsteps, each step taken for someone else, each mile walked without complaint. He reads worry in small gestures, in lowered eyes and forced smiles, and answers not with questions, but with quiet solutions. He carries the family name carefully, like a fragile heirloom, protecting it with integrity, polishing it with honest work. When mistakes happen, he does not crush with shame, he corrects with firmness and care, teaching that failure is a teacher, not a verdict. He learns to forgive quickly, understanding the weight of youth, remembering his own missteps, even if he never speaks of them. His strength is not loud or sharp, it is steady like the earth, holding everything in place as storms come and go. He stands between chaos and peace, absorbing the impact of both, so laughter can remain untouched, so innocence may grow undisturbed. He is the first to wake in crisis, the last to rest when danger passes, a silent guard posted at the gates of love, watching even when unseen. He carries traditions in his habits, values folded into everyday acts, teaching heritage through behavior, not speeches or demands. In moments of joy, he allows himself a small smile, enough to acknowledge happiness, never enough to steal the spotlight. He believes love is action, repeated daily without ceremony, a promise renewed in effort, not broken by inconvenience. He learns the art of endurance, of standing still when retreat is tempting, of holding on when release seems easier because quitting is not an option. His silence is not absence, it is presence without noise, a calm lake reflecting strength, depth hidden beneath stillness. He teaches how to face the world, chin lifted, heart guarded, not with arrogance, but with quiet confidence. When illness or age slows him, he fights frustration with grace, accepting help reluctantly, still trying to protect others first. He understands that leadership is service, that authority comes from consistency, from showing up every day, even when unseen and unthanked. His advice lingers long after spoken, echoing in critical moments, guiding decisions made in solitude, lighting paths he never walks himself. He carries fear without sharing it, so courage may feel natural to others, turning anxiety into preparation, turning worry into planning. He watches children grow into strangers, adults shaped by his quiet hands, and loves them just the same, even when distance replaces dependency. He becomes proud without possession, happy without control. Understanding love means letting go, even when it hurts. His presence turns houses into homes, walls into shelter, spaces into safety, and silence into peace. He does not demand gratitude, but it lives in every success, in every moment of stability, in every brave step forward. And when history is written quietly, in the private pages of families, his name will appear everywhere, even where ink is absent. Father, silent hero of ordinary days, your legacy is not loud but eternal, built from sacrifice, patience, and love, standing strong long after words fade. He understands the art of waiting, for opportunities, for healing, for time, knowing some battles are won by patience rather than force. He watches seasons change through windows, measuring years by growth, not calendars, noticing when laughter matures, when innocence slowly learns responsibility. He speaks less as wisdom grows, trusting silence to teach what words cannot, allowing experience to finish sentences he once tried to explain. He carries disappointment like a folded letter, unread but always remembered, choosing hope over bitterness, choosing effort over complaint. He knows when to step forward and when to stand back quietly, allowing others to shine, even if he stays unseen. He learns that love sometimes means restraint, holding back advice, letting mistakes bloom into lessons, trusting growth to find its way. His approval is a rare treasure, earned not demanded, and when given, it feels heavier than gold. He understands fear deeply, not as weakness, but as awareness, and teaches bravery not by denying fear, but by moving despite it. He notices the small victories, a responsible choice made alone, a kind word offered freely, a promise kept without reminder. He builds stability brick by brick, day by ordinary day, knowing foundations matter more than decorations or praise. He is the steady rhythm beneath chaos, the metronome of discipline, keeping life in time when everything else rushes ahead. He absorbs harsh words in silence, understanding frustration wears many faces, choosing patience over retaliation, because peace matters more than pride. He becomes softer with age, not weaker, but wiser, learning when firmness must bend, when strength must listen. He watches dreams evolve, not always as imagined, yet supports them just the same, because effort deserves respect. He believes character is destiny, that who you are matters more than where you arrive, than what the world hands you. He keeps promises even when inconvenient, honors words spoken in private, teaching integrity by living it, not by demanding it. He understands the loneliness of responsibility, the quiet burden of being relied upon, yet never trades it for freedom, because love chooses duty. He carries humor like a hidden tool, used sparingly, precisely to ease tension, to remind that joy still exists. He does not rush grief, allows sorrow its natural time, teaching that strength includes tears, even when they fall unseen. He becomes a mirror of effort, reflecting back what is given, encouraging growth through fairness, rewarding honesty with trust. He prepares others for a world without him, teaching independence quietly, so when the time comes, love remains without fear. He plants seeds whose shade he may never sit beneath, trusting the future enough to invest without return. He learns to let silence answer questions, to let presence replace instruction, to let example do the work that speeches never could. He carries hope carefully, not fragile, but protected, a flame shielded from harsh winds, ready to pass on when needed. He knows he will never be perfect, yet strives to be reliable, understanding consistency builds trust more than brilliance ever will. He watches from the edge of moments, ready to step in if needed, content to remain invisible if all is well. Father, guardian of quiet strength, your love is written in lived days, in steady hands and patient hearts, a hero not by noise, but by nature.